Welcome back, guys. The Kerbal Space Explosion. Last time, we did some experiments. I tried to make some exploding rockets. That didn't work, so we started going super fast, going straight up. That didn't exactly work. So I got a little carried away, and I made this incredibly overcomplicated rocket with 73, yeah, that's right, 73 mainsail engines. Tried to send it into orbit on its way to the sun, our star, Kerbal. But it didn't quite work. I messed up the staging. The whole thing exploded. We lost Newbie Kerman in his first mission. We have a replacement recruit, Mallory Kerman. Are you ready, Mallory? You better be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hopefully the thing works. It doesn't explode in the air. Mallory lives. And he gets to spend the rest of eternity orbiting the sun at a as close of a distance as we can get it. I'm hoping we can get this guy as close as our previous solar station, the retinal burn station, I think is what I called it. I don't quite remember. Hopefully we can get it that close. I'm not quite sure. There's no nuclear engines on this for efficient interplanetary travel. We have only mainsails, which is going to give us a stupid amount of thrust should we want it. And hopefully nothing explodes on the way up. Here we go. Let's check our fuel tanks. The one that empties first should be at the bottom, but it looks like that's not quite the case. Is that the right one that's falling off? I don't think so. Is that still firing or is that empty? No, I think that's okay. Okay, next one. I think we're doing okay. Are we doing okay? Okay. Okay, I'm a little nervous with a rocket this big. And we've got currently 3 frames per second. We've improved from 2 frames to 3 frames. That's great. A lot of the parts for this ship are on the outer orange tanks. The whole thing is terribly imbalanced. These orange tanks weigh more, obviously, than these smaller tanks in the middle. So the main sails underneath them are going slower because they have to prop up more weight. And so I had to add a stupid amount of struts along the outside. Let's keep an eye on these fuel tanks. Whoa, what was that sound? Oh, that's the fuel tanks hitting the ground below us. Freaks me out every time. Okay, there's that guy. A lot of the parts are struts trying to hold on these tanks. I decided to add these tanks to the outside of the ship in order to give us a better chance of getting out of the thick part of the atmosphere before we start using the rest of the tanks. And I think it works, but the whole thing is just so laggy. If I were to redesign this whole thing, I would use something similar to my first Sundiver mission, which was all orange tanks and mainsails. I would use the same staging. I think the staging is good, but the thrust inequalities from the outer rings to the inner rings is really, it's poor design, I have to say. Even though it's good to have more fuel on the outside, I think a future version would use only orange tanks, one tall, all the way through, so that we have equalized thrust and we don't have so many inequalities in the, the thrust in the middle and the outside. The whole thing is just wanting to gimbal and torque and twist, and hopefully it doesn't fly apart. We're spinning a little bit because we've got some asymmetry going on. Okay, there's another tank. Get out of here, sucker. It's hard to keep track when you have this many. It's hard to keep track because some of the times they're way down here at the bottom of the list. Sometimes they're way up there at the top of the list. And it doesn't seem consistent from multiple launches. Sometimes the ones that empty are listed at the bottom. Sometimes at the top. I'm not sure exactly why. Oh, stand still. I mean, stop spinning. Please be stable. We're currently, let's see, we're getting close to 5,000 meters. Terminal velocity is 163.7, and we are beneath that. So we're doing okay. We're not exceeding terminal velocity. We're being relatively efficient. LOL. Although I guess this is kind of efficient because we're using asparagus staging to the most extreme degree. I think I had 37 or 38 stages on this thing. Let's see, where's the next one? We have 3 more of these guys. Then it will get more stable. It'll get more stable. And it'll get quite stable once we get rid of these outer tanks, which are 2 of these guys stacked up so that I could put the decouplers higher so that the main sails on these outer orange tanks would be at the same level as these guys. Originally, I wasn't using the little launch tower things to raise the rocket off the ground. I had the whole thing sitting on the tarmac to try and keep it stable on the ground. And that was working fine until the rocket got so big that it was bigger than the launch pad. So out of necessity, I had to add those launch towers at the very end. Okay, we are up to 9,000 meters. Terminal velocity is 242. So we're beneath that. That's fine. And I'm not throttling up any higher because the whole thing is very unstable while we have these orange tanks. And after we get rid of them, we can throttle up a little bit and start our gravity turn. There's that one. Okay. Good. We got this far. Let's tilt over a little bit. And then the staging for this section is a little wonky just because we have this 8-way symmetry going, which actually it's 2-way symmetry times 4. But it, in terms of the symmetry of the overall ship, and not just the staging, it's 8-way symmetry. And then on this outer ring, we've got these little side guys hooked on. And so I have to wait until 2 sets of these tanks are empty before staging this next set, these guys right here. And right about now, those are both going to drop at once. Okay, good. I'm going to tilt over to 45 degrees and try to control it. Stay stable. And let's throttle up a little bit. Up to about 30%. Or up to 30% throttle. Awesome. Okay, and now similar to last time, we need to wait until 2 of these tanks, and stop rotating, please. 2 of the tanks are empty, and then we can drop these 2 right here. Oh gosh. There they go. Okay, let's check. Whoa! Sound effects! Okay, that's going good. Let's see. We can drop you, and then we have to wait for 2 tanks to get empty. I think everything is going good at this point. As long as I don't screw up the staging in this outer ring, it gets simpler, much more straightforward once we get rid of this outer ring. I think if I redid this, I think the ship would be able to go farther, closer to the sun, if I just use orange tanks for the whole thing. And I may try that eventually, but we've done several of these little jokey missions. So I think next time we'll try to do some proper actual science. Let's get rid of you. Okay, now let's check. What are we doing? Oh, look at that. We're already... Let's get to 75. And cut power. Look at that. Okay, now stop rotating, please. Stop rotating. If we can. Let's get a maneuver. Let's see how long it's going to take. Keep in mind, we're only going to like 30% throttle. So any maneuver I set up is going to take 3 times as long. 71. 91. Oh, okay. Must not be right. Oh, yeah, I'm not... No. Grab that ring. Let's move it and center it properly. There we go. 88. 75. 79. 73. Okay, that's good enough. That is good enough for my purposes. Look at this thing. This thing is ridiculous. This thing is ridiculous. I love how flat it is. It's like a pancake. It's like in a cartoon. It's like it got hit with an anvil or something. And our burn is 15 seconds. But it's going to take about 45, probably more realistically. Because I'm not going to be throttled up all the way until we get rid of this outer stage here. So once we get down to about 23 seconds or so, I will start burning. We can speed up. There it is. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so we have 2 more of these tanks. When they're gone... Good. Okay, let's get back on target, though. Get back on target. Stay on target. There we go. Lovely. And they are emptying quite quick. There's another one gone. And another one. We're using a lot of fuel just to get into orbit, but we're going to have a lot of thrust when we're done. A lot of thrust left over. Let's wait for that camera change. Any second now. There. Alright, cool. We've got like a... I was gonna say it looks like a TIE fighter, but it really doesn't. That would be me making stuff up. Okay, let's see. Apple Apps is 100, Perry Apps is 76. Okay, not very good. Not very scientific or accurate, but whatever. So, let's actually... Oh, hang on. Let me turn off SAS. We do have solar panels, but I don't want to deploy them when we've got stuff that they might break off on. Potentially. Because the sun is behind us, they would have to spin around, I think. And we're going to have plenty of energy as long as we have electrical charge, or as long as we have main sails to power them. So we're going towards the sun. We want to try and get as close as Retinal Burn Station Mark 10 did. Mark 10, geez, that's a lot of versions. So we want to burn retrograde. I want to start a burn right about there. Boink, so we go that way. Something like that. Maybe a little more this way. Like there. There we go. Okay. And I don't know why I'm setting up a maneuver. We're just going to do as much as our fuel will allow. And I think what I'm going to do, let's set this as our target. We're going to get as close to this as possible. Ascending node 0.2. That's pretty good. I'm going to bring our periapsis down to approximately equivalent to this. And we're going to see if we can circularize. I don't even know if we'll have enough fuel for that. But we'll try. See if we can get as close as this guy. And then if we have fuel left over, we'll try to go a little closer. And then in the future, at some point, I would like to try to get a ship even closer to the sun. To get a truly close to the sun station where it's just like consuming most of the screen. But we'll wait a little bit for doing that. We'll try to do something a little different next time. Maybe we'll go after some more science or go somewhere we haven't been. Or maybe we'll start a space station. I haven't done docking in a little while, and I have an idea for a station. Maybe we'll start working on that. And I have to remember, turn SAS on before you start burning. And we can throttle up more, but I'm still a little worried about throttling up all the way. I realized in my earlier version that only had like 9 of these engines, but I tried to throttle up in the atmosphere, and the whole thing flew apart. I've got a lot more struts on this than that thing did. That thing was just using decouplers. But I'm still a little nervous, and I don't want to lose all my progress. So I'm not going to throttle up all the way, even though I'm pretty sure it would be okay to do that. Okay, this is good. The maneuver there is just to tell me when to burn, really. It's not accurate in the amount of time it's going to take. So that is our marker. Let's get rid of it. And SAS on. Okay, here we go. Here we go! There we go. Alright, so at this point, I want to zoom out this so that as we start to get... Oh, there's another tank. Okay, we're leaving orbit. Good, we've escaped, and I want to start to track this right here. Okay, it's coming down nicely. What's our ascending node? Oh, it's, oh, we need to fix that. Let's throttle this way. Whoops! Oh, that was almost too soon. Alright, bring that ascending node back. Oh, it's getting worse. I don't think we're going to have enough fuel to do it. Okay, let's go ahead and, let's throttle down, buddy. Why is this still going? Uh-oh, something happened. I'm throttled down and it's still firing. Uh-oh. Why did you do that? Hello? Hello? That's not... Okay, I lost control of this vessel at some point. Something happened. It broke. Here we are. We're going to run out of fuel now. Well, let's see what we did. What did we do? We got down to a periapsis of 1.152 million meters. Quite a bit below this orbit, but our apoapsis is all the way up here. Great. Well, that was a big failure. I have no idea what happened. Something broke in the ship. Unset that target. Something broke in the ship. And so we are going to have kind of a close flyby. I meant to throttle down, and I was throttled down. I cut the engines, but they kept firing because something broke. Oh, look, we've already separated. Can I move this? Yeah. Now, why are these still here? Get out of here, guys. Go away. Yeah, something definitely went wrong. But we're out of the atmosphere. We can go ahead and do this. Whoa, buddy. And I can't okay, that was a little lag. I couldn't rotate the screen for a second. I'm freaking out here. Let's point ourselves to the sun. Whoa. Whoa, this thing can spin around very fast. That's not the sun. Sun's over there. Something like that. There we go. All right, let's say goodbye to Kerbin. At least we can do a flyby. This didn't exactly work, but if I wanted to do... if I want to design that rocket again, I would design it a little bit differently, only with the orange tanks, to make it a little bit easier to control. I do think getting into orbit first, instead of just firing straight for the sun, I think that's more efficient. I think we learned that for sure. But I think for the next time I try this, I think we'll use all orange tanks. What was that? Oh, that's the moon. All right, can we see? I always miss Midmas. I can never see it as we fly away. It's too small, I guess. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, let's speed up. Here we come, son. Let's just do it all within this. Let's not go back to the map screen. That's no fun. Let's see if we can figure out where our periapsis is just from the visuals of that big ball of plasma getting bigger. Whoa! I don't think this is quite it, but I think this is probably pretty... Wow, gosh, so quick. I think this is probably pretty close. We're probably still a little bit before our periapsis. Yeah, fairly close. Okay, so that's 2 hours away. Let's go ahead and speed up. Our distance isn't going to change. 1.68 million meters and 1.51. No, not million. Billion meters. So we'll get right to the periapsis. We'll do a... wow, look at all these orbits going in different wonky directions. Okay, stop right there. Okay, so our previous station is right there, but it's actually in a circular orbit, so much more successful. And the whole thing didn't break in the middle of my of my trying to get here. So, yeah, much more successful. But at least we can do a closer flyby than that other guy. All right, buddy. You want to do an EVA? Let go. And let's keep an eye on your resources, even though I don't think we'll be out that long. And we are still in space, high over the sun. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked up how close we have to get the over the sun and not high over the sun. One day. One day, buddy. Well, your only hope... Well, you have no hope, because I didn't put any parachutes on this thing. So even if we do have some sort of encounter with Kerbin again, you're just going to die as you crash into the ground at a very fast speed. I suppose we could mount some sort of rescue mission if and when you get closer to Kerbin. By the time we get back over here, Kerbin's going to be over here. So it's going to take a while. And I have a bunch of other people that I haven't bothered to rescue yet either. So I don't know why I'd bother to rescue you. Sorry. Oh, you see this? This is the orbit of the guy that was out at Jool and is now... Look how far he is. 688 billion meters. And rapidly leaving the system. Although I guess it's still in orbit. He will be back eventually. He's just going to be on a very long journey. We also have our friend in orbit around Dress, and we have a few guys stuck on the moon. We have a lot of guys to rescue, which I probably will never bother to rescue. All right, so where did our ship go? Uh-oh. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, it's a mere 150 meters. That's no big deal. No big deal. All right, well, this was kind of fun, kind of a train wreck. But hey, what would this be if we didn't have a... What would this game be if we didn't have a few train wrecks here and there? Let's go ahead and get back on the Goes Like Stink Mark IV. It's a Top Gear reference if you ever watched that show. The Goes Like Stink Mark IV, a total failure. In almost every way. At least we got out here after several attempts. Not a very well-designed ship. I would definitely design it differently the next time. Let's try and not break off all our solar panels as we get back on. I probably should have brought those back in. They are very delicate. Going very slow. Very slow. If you nudge them at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nudge them at all and they will break off. There we go. All right, we made it back on. Well, at least you can hang out in your little pod. Let's actually do an IVA. There we go. Yeah, I always forget to do this. I always forget to get the view from the pod. We've got snacks. We've got some photos of, I guess that's probably Bill breakdancing again. Some volatile chemicals. Wow, the textures inside here are very low resolution. They could really use an update. Let's see, what's this say? Left the engineering slide something in the bottom right cabinet. BK, that's probably Bill or Bob Kerman. P.S. I ate all the snacks. Oh, great. No snacks even. We've got a lot of knobs and switches. His hand on the joystick. Oh, his hand was a little stiff. What do we have over here? There's the escape hatch. Some oxygen tanks, maybe. Some more buttons with letters and numbers. Fuse box. Stop using bits of metal as fuses. You have spares. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this episode. Next time, I think we may start working on a space station for refueling missions. And I haven't really done the refueling type thing, and it's kind of been holding me back. We have to learn to do it. So we're going to start working on that next time with a space station, I think. No promises, but that's my idea right now anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.